In previous videos, we've talked about the importance of practicing various types of plans with our kids or clients, such as what they can do when they get upset and how they can be successful with various activities and social interactions. Practicing helps reduce the amount of processing needed in the moment because they've already gone through the situation. Let's talk a little bit more about what's happening on a cognitive skill level during escalation and how practicing helps everyone. Let's take the case of a general what can you do when you get upset kind of plan, which we call a reactive plan. Without a plan that's been practiced, we're demanding that the person use several cognitive skills in the moment of their escalation, which is a problem because whenever any one of us gets escalated, our cognitive skills drop. That's right, being mad makes us dumb, and our brains may revert to more primitive responses to handle the stress. This means that without practicing the plan, our kid or client will need to understand what's going on, stay calm enough to figure out an appropriate course of action, think through the consequences of each possible course of action, and then follow through, all while resisting impulses coming from the more primitive parts of their brain. What we have to remember is that people with developmental disabilities, mental health issues, trauma, or still developing brains struggle with many of the skills that are needed to achieve emotional regulation. There isn't a structure or piece of the brain that emotionally regulates us, but rather emotional regulation is the result of multiple executive functioning skills working together to calm us down, oftentimes in an instant. When you don't have these skills, even on a good day, you're missing critical tools, which may mean that you're more likely to get upset over small stressors, or that when you do get upset, you engage in behaviors beyond just being mad, like physical aggression, property destruction, or other challenging behaviors. By practicing the plan, we can help the person shortcut to emotional regulation more easily because we're helping them process information and make the right choice ahead of time. After we identify some coping strategies, we can have our kid or client practice them. We may practice randomly or set a structured time. Then, when escalation happens, we can prompt the person to follow the plan, which now they don't have to come up with on their own in that moment. It would be best if our prompt was nonverbal, such as pointing to an object that we designated means it's time to follow the plan. Of course, when we were practicing the plan, we point to the object to get that practice going. Now, instead of having to use all of the skills needed to emotionally regulate on their own, our kid or client can think about the plan which we've already discussed and practiced. They may resist at first, which is why it's important that we avoid talking. When we talk, we demand that their brain use various cognitive skills, which is the last thing they need right now. Our hope is that, even if they struggle at first, as they have more time to think about the plan, they'll begin the calming process. Once they get to the point of following through on the plan and engaging in a coping skill, hopefully they'll calm down quickly and with fewer challenging behaviors. As the person's brain continues to develop, or as they continue to practice emotionally regulating through these plans that you make with them, our goal is that they will naturally begin to use their coping skills independently in their everyday lives, because they will have had more practice in using them successfully and seeing their benefit. If the plan you make and practice doesn't work, wait until the person is completely calm and open to having a discussion. This may need to happen on a different day than the day of the escalation. With both of you calm and not invested in the moment, you can talk about why the plan didn't work and make a plan to help it be more successful the next time. Of course, make sure that you practice any changes that you make. Perhaps you just need to try the original plan again without making any changes, but do a few extra practice sessions.